Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a stock that is ready to explode very, very soon and why you should keep it on your watch list. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of this morning's pre-market analysis video, right after the intro. All right, y'all, right off the bat. Today was a solid green day. And as I told y'all in this pre-market analysis video in the morning, I told y'all to watch this thing for a retest of that 3900 and that we could be going all the way up to 3920. And it broke through that level in the afternoon and it's holding up very, very steadily. So I'm still bullish on the market. I think we're going to go higher. The trend is your friend. Do not fight the trend, all right? I'm going to follow up on this one again in the morning. Now, the stock that is on the thumbnail that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow is SRNE. All right, and this is the second time I mentioned SRNE. The very first video that I made about it, we were at exactly $8 and something. Somewhere around over here, I told y'all to watch this thing for a move up to 13 bucks. It got to 13 bucks and beyond, right? And now the pattern that I see on here, and I'm sure some of y'all also seen it because I did see the comment section below, is on the 30-minute time frame. And as you can see, there's a very clean, very clean bullish pattern that broke out today. It broke out in the morning, and then the afternoon was just wild. They had some magical news pop up, right? Just incredible news show up about them developing a product for hematological malignancies and solid tumors, right? And the stock spiked and it spiked, right? So if you're in this thing, this is definitely a long for me. I think this thing is just the beginning and it has room to run. Short sellers are a little bit worried right now. Worst case scenario, there is a little pullback. Like we might just see a doji, just like right here, right? Just a little doji before we run up a little higher. This is the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it just opens higher and it cruises past, like, let's see here. Where could this thing go? I think it could go all the way up to at least 19 bucks and then maybe even $21, right? Just somewhere over here. Let me just make this a bit bigger. Somewhere over here, right? I would love to see the stock run up all the way over here, right? So keep this one on your watch list for sure. It looks very good in my eyes and it deserves to be featured on this video. All right, now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. For those of y'all who dropped those in the comment section, again, y'all always have some good stock to discuss today. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Run. And Run so far is struggling to make a solid rebound. It bounced off of the lows of 70 bucks, right? It bounced off of this previous line of supports and it's been holding there. And right now, the way it's looking, I'm not too optimistic about it. I honestly think, again, because there's some sellers that took some position at the top, I think that we may see a double bottom. I think it's gonna like come back down to 70 bucks before we see something along these lines, like a pre-anticipatory run until earnings, and earnings is gonna decide its fate. All right, but as of right now, I'm not too excited from looking at this charts. But then again, keep this on your watch list. It could surprise all of us. But this is what I see temporarily. Long term, I think it can make a move back up. I just think that it's gonna take a bit longer than what a lot of people would expect. Okay, so just that is my very honest opinion for that one. Now the next one that we're going to be talking about in today's video, that stock is FUBU. And FUBU, for all of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel, the very first time I covered FUBU, well, apart from this time, right? The second time that I covered FUBU was over here when we were at exactly $31. I told you I watched this thing for a long up to $40, and then again to $50. And right now I think it's exhausted. It's just, it looks tired. In my opinion, it looks very tired. I'm not touching this stock at all. I don't see any opportunities for me in the stock. I think it's gonna continue to collapse some more. I do see a gravestone doji at the top though. This is not very good. That's a gravestone doji. For all of you who are new and who do not know how to interpret these charts, this is a gravestone doji. It's very bearish. All right, very, very bearish. So I think this thing can go all the way back down to 40. Yeah, just somewhere around 40, and then some consolidation later would be nice for the stock. All right, it is exhausted. People are taking their money off the table. I wouldn't advise anybody to dip buy this thing. It's just not low enough for a great dip buy, in my opinion. All right, now the next one that I'm going to be covering in this video, somebody asked about CRSR. And CRSR, again, I covered this one again. I covered this one before. I told y'all to watch this thing for a retest of the highs. It got to the highs, and then it immediately got annihilated. This is when there was all of the hype, right? This is where there was GameStop, and then there was Space, and there was, what else? There was AMC. A lot of stocks were spiking on that day. So this one went along with that move and dropped right back down to that previous low, and it held pretty well. It held very, very well. This one is not done yet. I think it can go higher. Like, I think it wants to retest it. My thoughts and opinions are not changing on this one. I think it's going to break that previous high. Earnings is, when is earnings? Earnings is tomorrow morning. Again, y'all know how I feel about holding through earnings. If you're holding through earnings, good luck to you. All right, that's really all I gotta say. I don't hold through earnings. It's a 50-50 coin toss. Anything can happen. The stock could drop all the way down to 35 and then just roll over all the way down to 25, right? Just like it can shoot up overnight and open up at 55, dip just a little bit, and then keep running towards 60. Like, anything could happen, and everything is fair game. So if you're long in this with like YOLO calls, just all I gotta say is good luck to you. All right, now the next one that we'll be talking about in this video, that stock is AMD. And AMD finally woke up. I saw somebody put down in the comment section, AMD woke up. Yes, I agree with you. AMD finally is awake and is ready to run. I'm not bearish on AMD. It didn't want to collapse to the price that I wanted at like $80. It just didn't want to. It really didn't want to. All right, so keep this one in your watch list for a potential long to at least $95, at most $100. They try to get there before over here, right after this. There was a pattern on here on the 30-minute time frame. Right over here, there was one over there, right? And then we made money on this move up, and they tried to get to 100 and just couldn't. I think this time it might actually get there. Okay, so keep that one on your watch list starting today. After hours, it's looking very bullish, and there probably is gonna be some news regarding AMD. I didn't check out the news. Maybe I should have, but y'all can check out the news on your spare time. All I'm saying is I'm not bearish on AMD, so watch this one for a long. Now the next one that we will be touching on in this video, that one is CRM. And this one performed very, very well. I gave y'all a warning a few days ago when it was teasing 240, right? It tried to get there over here at 239. I warned y'all, hey, do not be too greedy, right? And it just kept fighting on and just kept going, and it finally got to 241. And it immediately collapsed right afterwards. I'm not holding the stock. Where is it gonna go? Honestly, again, it's a growth stock, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just continues like slightly higher, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not holding the stock anymore, so I have no clue where it's gonna go. It may shoot up or it may drop. Either way, I just want something easier, or I just want this thing to be a bit more obvious to know exactly where it could go. All right, so do not be surprised if there is a drop tomorrow, or if it just stays flat. And that's really all I gotta say. Do not be too greedy. on the stock if you're still holding this one. The pattern was clean. The money to be made was very, very nice, right? And for me personally, it was just time to look at other better options. All right. So that is my thoughts on that. The next one we will be covering is JMIA. And we'll briefly touch on JMIA right now because JMIA, somebody asked about it, and it's kind of getting overextended. It's kind of is. It looks like it's gonna roll over, but honestly, like I will be very, very careful, especially for the short sellers. If you're trying to short Jumia, be very, very careful. All right. After hours, it's not looking very weak, and they tend to follow some of the market trends as well. If it opens up higher at around like $62.70 or 80 cents, do expect a short squeeze. Because looking at the chart, I think a lot of short sellers took positions on here. Like it's very, very, very tempting. But if they're wrong, they could all get squeezed. Just keep that in mind, all right? And that is the end of the video. Do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel grow faster and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these post-market analysis videos which are released every single day in the afternoon, and a pre-market analysis videos which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is new to you and you would like to get started, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to have access to all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 4 free stocks after signing up with my very first link in the description below with WiLL, alright? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. Enjoy the outro.